The metaverse will change everything. Here's how. Do you remember how the internet completely changed your life? It pales in comparison to the metaverse because it's going to make that look like a walk in the park. Keep in mind that when it comes to your hard-earned cash, we don't claim to be financial experts, so at the end of the day, it's entirely up to you what you do with the information we provide in our content. This video will help you to understand what the metaverse is, how it came to be, how it works, and what the world will be like when it's been adopted by everybody across the globe in the future. Before we go any further, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to learn more about the metaverse. With that being said, let's get right into it. Where it all began. You're probably too young to remember, but the whole reason the metaverse is possible today is because of the electronic superhighway of the 1980s and 1990s, which was known as Web 1.0. The new World Wide Web, which allowed computers and users to interact and share information and knowledge, was amazing because it was unlike anything we'd ever seen. Large centralized corporations such as AOL and Yahoo supplied the tools to help you explore this strange new world. We're sure all the 90s kids who are watching right now remember the AOL era, yeah? At the turn of the century, Web 2.0 popped up, allowing businesses to improve and simplify processes, as well as offer products and services directly to customers. Bloggers, gamers, surfers, and social networkers like us went nuts. Web 2.0 has strongly impacted almost every aspect of our lives today. The metaverse is basically the successor with Web 3.0, and it's here already, but it's still a child learning to walk, talk, and feed itself. It may be the world's greatest revolution, but no one can agree on just what that transition will mean. What everyone can agree on is that it will make previous versions of the web look basic. Decentralization, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, blockchains, and virtual worlds are some of the novel concepts enabled by the metaverse that people and organizations are already experimenting with. These are here to stay, but the future is wide open with possibilities. Let's take a deep dive into the metaverse to help you understand it a little bit better. So, what's the metaverse? The metaverse is a combination of the terms meta and universe. Meta means beyond, while universe refers to everything. As a result, the metaverse is above everything. The metaverse is created on three structural pillars that are essential to its functionality: decentralization, blockchains, and virtualization. Let's go through each one individually. Decentralization. Today's world works best with centralized systems and ownership. Your state's Department of Motor Vehicles, for example, approves, issues, and stores the title to your Ford. They are the only dominant institutions in charge, and if there's a disagreement, they make the final decision, which is frequently based on concealed, private information. You're in serious trouble if they lose a record. In contrast, information is kept openly and permanently in thousands of places at once in the decentralized metaverse. Nobody will be able to change or dispute your Ford's ownership because the title will be available everywhere. Your driver's license, picture, organ donation, voting status, and other information will be made public as well. In some ways, this is creepy, but because your personal profile is everywhere, it'll be accurate, eternal, and secure. What's more, because hackers can't update hundreds of records at once, any efforts to steal identities or change ownership information will also be prevented. The DMV, like numerous other centralized agencies, will eventually be phased out of existence. Hallelujah! We'd all love that, wouldn't we? What's more, costs will drop, data integrity will improve, and service response times will be nearly instantaneous. This decentralization is the first pillar of the metaverse, and what's not to love? Count us in. Blockchains. The second pillar is blockchain technology, which was born out of the need to record millions of payment transactions in lengthy, linked chains of records for cryptocurrencies. So how does it work? When someone trades any cryptocurrency, the blockchain issues it a unique ID, and all of the copies of that blockchain all over the globe are instantly updated. Financial transactions on the blockchain are as secure as if you were given a dollar note. Additionally, a blockchain copy can be stored on any computer that wants to take part. It doesn't matter if it's yours, ours, or a server in a massive data center. Plus, there's no need for a central bank or government body to authorize, control, or hold money in a cryptocurrency transaction. Electricity and hardware are the only costs, which are covered by a transaction charge equivalent to but lower than MasterCard and Visa. Blockchains have developed to the extent that they are currently being utilized for anything electronic, such as a song you produced, a photograph you took, a virtual sword you purchased, or your last will and testament. The main function of blockchain IDs is to verify the accuracy and ownership of data, such as the public records we talked about before. An NFT, for example, is a blockchain ID that's issued to a non-financial electronic item that you developed. A centralized copyright mechanism is currently the only method to verify that you own it. But worry not, because now you can also use a blockchain to register your creation and publicly immortalize your ownership until you decide to give it away or sell it. NFTs are essentially the future's legal contracts. Virtualization. Last but not least, virtualization is the third pillar of the metaverse. Prepare for the arrival of virtual worlds that are linked to our physical reality. That seems futuristic, yet parts of it are already in place. Imagine floating up and down the aisles of an unending superstore, tapping the products you wish to buy. You put on clothing in a pop-up dressing room and gaze at how nicely they suit your avatar. You smell the chicken frying in the restaurant and receive an urgent message that a snow shovel is required for an imminent storm. You'll be able to simply snap your fingers and vanish when you're done buying. Everything comes to your front door a few hours later, and we're talking about your actual front door. How cool is that? This virtual store in the metaverse could be a collection of sellers that you've chosen. Your avatar will be customized to your specific size and form, and you can be wearing a haptic suit that conveys sound, touch, and scent while shopping. You'll pay with crypto automatically, and all of your transactions are recorded in a blockchain forever, even the extended warranty they gave you. This fantasy, along with many of the others, is now in the pipeline, and you won't have to wait long to get your hands on a pair of virtual reality glasses to become a part of the metaverse. So, what's next for the metaverse? And will all of this eventually become normalized in our everyday lives, and how? The future of the metaverse. Simply put, the metaverse will broaden our horizons beyond the physical realm in two ways. Putting a virtual couch in your living room to observe how the color and pattern fit with your actual rug is an example of augmented reality. It's similar to putting art on your wall before purchasing it, or looking in a particular mirror to see how you'd appear in a new outfit or haircut virtually. Or dining with friends when they're not physically present, but you can look at and communicate with them in real time as if they were. Playing an immersive game with your overseas buddies while flying on fire-breathing dragons to fight the orcs is a basic example of virtual reality. It can be as simple as the shopping trip we mentioned before, or as big as a lunchtime journey beyond the solar system to see Pluto's virtual foreign community. Virtual worlds will be one of the most significant and interesting advancements in virtual reality. Decentraland, the Sandbox, Superworld, Upland, Somnium, and others are just a few examples. Over 15 million individuals use these decentralized shared ownership platforms every week, putting in dozens of hours and spending millions of dollars on in-game items, tools, avatars, NFTs, weaponry, and virtual land. We understand that much of this seems like a glorified game that's too good to be true, but who cares? While it may appear to be a game at the moment, these virtual worlds will be equal to AOL and Yahoo's support for Web 1.0. You'll shop at virtual stores that are owned by real-world businesses. When you purchase a pair of earrings, you'll receive tickets to a virtual concert as well as matching pair of earrings for your avatar. Companies that know where people are will advertise there, attracting more people and creating a sense of urgency. You'll travel there for a video consultation with your specialized doctor from Brazil, who runs a virtual clinic. Of course, her voice will be instantly translated into English. You can even get yourself a job working in a casino or selling tickets on the rocket that transports tourists to Alpha Centauri's posh boutiques. You get the point. The boundaries between the actual and virtual worlds will blur and mingle. Borders will be reduced to a political remnant. Monolithic regulatory bodies and businesses will wither and perish. Individuals and independents will gain authority and power over the internet. And the changes will shake our comfy lifestyles once more. Before the internet emerged, we used to rely on physical maps, libraries, photo albums, and typewriters for writing. Your phone was mounted on the kitchen wall with a twisty wire that almost reached your bedroom. You used to schedule appointments, spoke to your friends, and communicated with real-life customer care representatives over a landline telephone. You did a lot of things that you don't do today, and you're okay with it now, aren't you? That is exactly what awaits you tomorrow with the metaverse. I'm just wondering if you're ready to accept it. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for future videos. Please leave a comment below to tell us what you think about the future we're headed in with the metaverse.